Okay, so thank you so much for being part of this call. You're going to notice I'm putting BioFreeze on my neck because I flip and have major issues here. And here's the thing. These calls are real, they're raw, they're honest. So don't feel like you ever have to, and you can mute yourself if you want. If you have some loud stuff's going on, just mute yourself. Don't ever feel like you have to show up and look good, show up and have your pen on, show up and be that professional, because we are a team that is not like the average professional people. Okay, granted, I have doctors on my team and we have nurses on our team and we have people that are considered to be professional, but don't feel like you have to be that way when you show up. I find it, when I look back at my business and how I built my business, I really, you hear this a lot, I built it to the cracks of my day and I built it what served me the best. And so sometimes I was doing laundry, or sometimes my kid was crying, and sometimes I literally was doing a workout during the video, but I didn't really care because at least I was getting good stuff in my brain. So don't feel like you have to be like in it and like looking at me, whatever. Like, of course, I love your presence. I love you talking. I love you giving back, but just know that that's okay if that's not the way that you are. I'm not that kind of coach. I will never be that kind of coach. And we are our own business owners. So I'm not going to tell you the way that you have to show up. Okay. Last call, we talked a little bit about mindset and how our team was kind of in a funk. A lot of us were in a funk. Okay. Here's the cool thing, you guys, is you can go get workouts anywhere on YouTube for free. You can go get a shake at GNC, right? You can go type in a diet that works for me, and you can get thousands and thousands and thousands of plans, okay? What am I saying? Is that the missing piece for most people, and you guys in this business, is community, okay? The way that you're gonna succeed is if you plug into the community. If you try to do this alone, you're gonna feel alone. If you try to do this by yourself, you're going to feel like the things that you're feeling, you're the only person in the world feeling it, okay? And I was reminded of that very quickly in the last 2 months when I was struggling hardcore with things that were happening in my life with my husband's injury and, the flu, and then me just being back to a single parent with 3 kids. And so I had to take a gut check a couple weeks ago and be like, okay, enough's enough. Draw a line in the sand. I don't like the way that I was feeling. I was feeling myself fall into back old behaviors. I was feeling myself fall into the funk. I was feeling myself go into the old mindset, okay? So I drew a line in the sand. So last week, Mandy gave us a great idea, which is funny because this was sitting on my desk. And this is amazing. If you are faith-based, if you're not, it's probably not a book for you, but if you are faith-based, this is a book that's been incredible, and it gives you prompts at the end of each the end of each day, and that is what I'm doing for my post each day. So the one thing about this business is I think it's easy for a lot of people to throw up a workout, and that's great, you guys, because that's inspiring, and it is. But we forget. Sorry, Sabrina. We forget that what's just as inspiring is a mindset shift, is an emotional shift. And Christy, I want to give you major props because you have been killing it. I know that you've been in a struggle, and I know that I found out more about you in your last 3 days of doing this than the entire time I've known you as a coach. And I don't know you that well, but your posts were here's my workout, here's my shake. And I do that too. But these last 3 or 4 days, I'm like, holy ish balls. Now that is showing the F up. So if you want to look at someone's posts, if you want to look at something that is inspiring, go look at her post. She has shared some deep and dark secrets, or some things that, a long time from now. When are the kids going to be home, Mom? When are the kids going to be home from school? I'm like, okay. And so in that aspect, Chrissy, Brene Brown says that a lot of times we have these, what we feel as gremlins in the closet. We feel like no one else experiences this: sexual abuse, depression, anxiety. You think you're a crappy mom. You yell at your kids, or whatever it is, or you're having these relationship problems, whatever it is. Okay. And we're a gremlin. We feel like it's so scary, but once you shine light on a gremlin, what happens? The gremlins can't win. That's the exact movie, right? So once you shine light on it. So once you shine light on what's happening in your life, it's no longer scary to talk about it because it's out. And that's what's really freeing for me is when I'm struggling, I just share it. I just talk about it. And this is the cool thing about this business is I was talking to a coach. Remember, people are nervous that they have to like be a certain way. So I have a girl that wants to sign up to be a coach and she's like, oh, why do I get in this funk? I'm not motivated. See, how can I even coach someone? And I just said, stop. Like, that's exactly why you need to be a coach, because it's not that when we become a coach, we have these, all of a sudden we have no valleys. It's when we're in the valley, guess what we have? Each other. We have community. We can talk to people. We can grow together. We can be like, and we have this tribe of women that we've created where we can be honest and share what's going on. And then we're not in that funk as long as we normally were. So like in the past, when I've had these things in my life, my funk would probably be no working out, eating all the Oreos, eating Sour Patch Kids, because life, I don't care anymore, you know, like talking crap. And here's the thing is, I would like ask me like 7 years ago, I would say, oh, I'm happy. Ask me 7 years ago, before I started Beachbody, I would definitely thought I would had like, I didn't think I needed anything to make me a better person, like positive person. But when I look back, holy crap, I talked a lot of ish to myself. Holy crap, I held myself to this certain standard of like you're not doing good enough. You go to bed at night. Like I only got 3 things. I could have done 75 things off my to-do list, but I didn't get those 3 things. So I wasn't good enough. Do you know what I mean? And so I had this standard of living, and it's exhausting to think about. Yeah, I was living in it day after day. And it's in this business that I realized, okay, that I like going through so much personal development. When I'm in the valley, I am enough and I'm okay. And I have you guys to be honest and real with. So if I didn't have you guys to be honest and real, I don't know what I would have happened. I might have, if I didn't have like you guys in the community in the last couple months, like just having some of you check in on me and having you send me messages, I probably would not be on this call right now. Like seriously, I probably would be like, I'm done. No one cares. Like, I don't care. No one cares. Okay. And so just know that like that community has been huge. And I did the same exact thing. And then I want to make sure that you guys get to talk. What I have for you is this. You got to write this down. You got to remember this. You got to put this on a computer. You got to wake up and tell yourself this every single day. If you are in a funk, it's because your mindset is in a funk. Okay. Your business is only going to grow as much as your mindset grows. All right. You are exactly where you should be right now with the amount of time you've put into your mindset. And that is the truth. And I'm not saying that to be rude, because if you told me that 2 months ago, I'd be like, shut the F up. I am like, how can I do anymore? Like, but the truth is if you're in a funk, if you're struggling, okay, you got to do more PD. Okay. Now I'm not talking about, and here's the thing is I need to do PD focused on what I'm struggling with in my life. I'm struggling on being brave right now. So this was awesome. Okay. I'm struggling on perfectionism because I'm a type A and the not enough syndrome. Okay. So I do the perfection detox as well as with this. I love Girl Wash Your Face, girl. What's her name? Rachel. And so I'm also reading that book. So I immerse. I don't just like tap into it. I immerse myself in PD. If you think you just can listen to a podcast for 2 minutes and then read a book for 5 minutes and be like, I'm cured. My life is great. I'm amazing. And then like, what's wrong with me? It's because you just tap the surface. You have to live it, sleep it, eat it, and breathe it. And sometimes that's in a song. Sometimes that's reading the Bible in the morning. Sometimes, but here's the thing. What I've realized this week is this, and I've shared this with my challengers, is that I have to be able to fall back on the habits that I have created in my life with this business. Okay. So what is this business has done for me? It's a gift. And I told my challengers this: when you're struggling, when you're unmotivated, when you're in that ish, like that's when you get to fall back on your habits, knowing that you trust the process because you created those. So when I fall into that moment, it's like, okay, I'm going to get my workout in. Well, not today because I have a neck problem, but like, I'm going to check into my accountability group. I just asked Erica. I went into my accountability group today and I was like, it's been pretty quiet in there because I know everyone's in a funk because it's spring and everyone's like, I don't know, the weather's crazy right now. And every place I talk to, it's like there's snow. And then I just think it's like there's something in the air. We're in a funk. And so I told them, You could get your workouts anywhere. You could get your shake anywhere. You could eat whatever the hell, but you cannot find this community anymore, and you cannot find this accountability. I promise you that. And when you are struggling and you come to this group and you say, I'm having the crappiest day ever, and my husband and I are fighting, and I'm having a hard time, like, you know, like, and my dog has cancer, like, guess who responds? Guess who is there for you? Your community, okay? So you have got to use your challenge group as that. You've got to create that community and believe in that community and let them know and be vulnerable with that community. So that is built, the know, like, and trust. Okay. And just remember that during times of struggle, it's when your habits are created. Okay. So we're going to end the call with, I guess, start the call. Last week we focused on mindset, and I want to always talk about that in each call. Okay. I want you to look at your BAT. If you don't have a BAT, that's a problem. Okay. If you don't have a tracker, okay, here is the thing. I heard this on a call. I don't want to make you feel bad if you're the kind of person that starts a BAT and can't finish it or doesn't finish it. Maybe that's not your thing. But you have got to find a system that works for you to track, okay? Whether that's on your phone, whether that's like in your binder, whether it's on a freaking, I have a girl that does it on a notepad with like Post-its. Like, I swear to God, she's looking at her Post-its, okay? No judging here. All right. But she knows who she's talked to, and she knows who she needs to follow up with. And she knows you cannot. I heard a call yesterday. She said, if you think that you can remember who all the people you talk to and in a conversation with, you're lying to yourself. It's all lies. Because if you think that, I'm telling you, 90% of the people that sign up with me are all follow-ups, 100, all follow-ups. I don't have people knocking in on my inbox. I don't have an amazing, I think I have good posts. That's not what I'm talking about. I know I show up. I know I'm motivating. I know I'm inspiring. Okay. I've done a lot of personal development for that, but I do not have people knocking on my inbox saying, join me. Like, I want to join you. Here's my money. Here's what's going on. Here's John. No, I have to follow up like a boss every single freaking month to make Success Club. Do you guys know that? 7 years into business. Okay. Because they don't know. They don't know. Like they get me, and I shared a follow-up that I did, you guys, in that BAT group. I shared a follow-up, and I was like, I follow up like a boss. It's my job. People are like, man, you're really good at like following up. Yeah, because I even tell them, sometimes you have to you might hear 7 invites from me because I'm not giving up on you. All right. And I put them in there. And again, I stop the chase when they stop responding to my messages. I'm not going to send them a follow-up and send them a follow-up and send them a follow-up when they're not listening. Okay. But just remember, magic is in the follow-up. And you're not going to be able to invite, and you're not going to be able to follow up, and you're not going to be able to do one thing in this business if you do not work on your mindset, if you do not have belief. This business rises and falls on belief. You have to understand that, okay? So you are good enough. You're capable enough. I can scream it from the moon. I could tell you every single day. I could tell you to look in the mirror every single day. I could look at you and say, you are gorgeous. You are incredible. You are amazing. You are an effing rock star coach. But if you don't believe that truly in your heart, and if you don't do the work, nothing's going to change. Okay. So you have to do the work. That is part of your job. Part of being a business owner is doing the work to create a mindset of belief. Okay. And then rate yourself. We're going to rate ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10 mindset. Okay. And then business building activities, and any questions you have, throw them at me. I'll write them down, and I'll make sure I get them answered in a voice memo, or if it's a quick answer. And then I'll give you resources. Mandy, remind me, did I send in the BAT? You asked, I have a Google document with like Coaching Simplified, and I have those documents. Did I give that to you? Okay. I copied that link and never pasted it after you asked. So this is my life right now. So make sure you ask me, and I'm putting together a little Google folder that has like Coaching Simplified, like how to easily talk about Shakeology, how to share the opportunity, like what you do in 24 hours as a coach. It's like pictures, and it's pretty easy. And so I have those PDF documents that I made, and so you can just use those, okay? So remind me for any new coaches. And this is all duplicatable. Okay, who wants to go first? Scale of 1 to 10, where you're at, what you're doing well, and then any questions you have. Because we have to focus on what we're doing well, what's going well. We have to focus on the blessings in our life, because that's when we get more of it. If we focus on what's not working, where we're sucking at, where we're struggling at, and that's all we talk about on this call, guess what happens? You just gave more power to the things that we don't need to focus on. So focus on what you're doing well, what you want to do more of, okay, and where you are at mindset. I will tell you, last week I was at a 3 or a 4. This week I am at a 7 or 8. I can feel it. I can feel the fire in my belly starting to rise. I can feel the energy lifted. Every time I read this, I'm digging deep into PD. I'm feeling really good. Yesterday I sent out 30 invites, really authentic, really good invites. Today I'm doing a bunch of follow-ups. And guess what? Success Club Zero. Do you know what that means? My mindset's in a good spot, because I could get on this call and start to cry, but I'm not. I trust the process. I know it's going to happen. I did send a link out yesterday. She's supposed to be ordering today. I have 3 or 4 people that are out with the link. I know it's going to happen. And to me, I'm not large numbers. I'm about quality. Remember that. Okay. It's about quality over quantity, and getting people to be lifers. All right. That's the truth. Okay. Mandy, you're first.
Hey guys. Okay, first I want to do a quick shout out. I have 2 of my coaches on the team on the call today, Destiny and Ivy. So I'm super excited to have them on here. Both of them have been stepping out and being brave in the coaching business and sharing their stories. So they are definitely helping me with my own mindset, because they're showing up daily, even in our accountability group and everything. I started out with a rough week. My mindset was probably at like a 2, but today it's more like 7 or 8. Been diving into the being brave, and then I found another PD book that I'm in love with that's called Uninvited.
What's that about? Who wrote that?
Oh gosh, I have it on my Kindle. It's just about being alone and feeling like you're not worthy and stuff. And
I love that.
Yeah,
I don't love that, but I love the idea of that.
No, it's awesome. And I discovered audiobooks are my thing. So because I feel like if I sit and read, I should be doing 100 other things. So I can do all the things while I'm doing PD. So that's like a shift in how I'm doing things too, and incorporating it more into it. So I definitely need to do more business activities with the inviting and follow up. But now that my mindset is starting to get in the right place, I feel like I'm in a better place to be able to do that. So.
I love that. Okay. And business-wise, like, how are you doing business? Like, what are you doing well?
Well, I have a coach that's supposed to be signing up today. She's actually coming back after 2 years being gone, so I'm super excited about that. And that's why I want to get started on the simplified training. So that's a good step, but I just definitely need to get back into the daily activities and be consistent.
Okay. Is she joining your challenge group too?
Yeah, I need to talk to her. She's pregnant, so I want to, newly pregnant, so I'm going to ease her in, find maybe some maternity workouts and stuff.
3-week yoga retreat's really good for pregnant people too.
Okay.
And then you can tell all pregnant people that any of the modifications on like the beginner workouts are great.
Okay. Perfect.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that's awesome. Make sure you introduce her so we can give her some love on the team page. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next? Who's coming with me? Christina, you're next.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our newbie. Super excited to see you guys, and to my lovely old friends who I haven't seen for so long. Yay! First of all, I can't believe that you people have to work and send your kids on Good Friday. That's ridiculous. We have a holiday here today, so I was really shocked when you said that, Kiana. I was like, what? Anyway, okay. So all of that important stuff aside.
America doesn't love Jesus.
Well, you do love Jesus. You guys are the biggest Jesus lovers ever. So
we're pretend Jesus lovers.
Oh my God. I'm like, what is with that, dude? Today is like all about being with family. Anyway, so my mindset, I'm always at it. I'm not always. I will say that I'm at a solid 8 for a very long time, because I worked really hard on developing, I call them rituals, every day, meditation, journaling, all that kind of stuff that really gets me in a good mindset. So things I've been doing well this week is having really awesome conversations. I'm at Success Club 4, which is amazing.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Sorry. Working on creating, still refining my course. So for those of you that don't know, I've been sort of working on a 30-day kind of like nutrition and mindset course, basically using 2B Mindset, because I feel like that's my strength and where I work really well. And so I'm just working on refining that and getting a few more people into that group that I can start running that at the end of the month. So my most important thing is focusing on me first before I do anything business wise, because if I'm not in a good energy space, then that's going to reflect onto everybody I speak to and to all of my posts. So if I'm not feeling it, I go and do the things that make me feel it. And then I go out and I do the things that will do business producing activities. So for those of you that struggle and feel like you're in a funk, like Kiana said, go focus on yourself first. PD is everything. You cannot You cannot post or invite if you are in a funk stuck mood, because it comes across and people run away from you like a dog poop. They're just like, you stink, I'm going, see ya. Terrible analogy. But if you have really good energy and you're feeling it and you're feeling amazing and you're joyful and life is amazing, that comes across and people want to be that. So that's my advice, and that is my week. Yay.
No, do you remember that class that we're in, that Brianna, the light giver person?
Yes. Yeah.
So I've been listening to her live videos, and that's what she said. She said, you may pretend to be happy online, and you may pretend to like offering like you're in a funk, and then you try to like join your challenge group, or you're in a funk and you try to put your like pretend and not like really talk about it. She's like, everyone sees it, that your energy that you give is what everyone's receiving, and then you're wondering why no one's joining you. So people know, like, I really do believe in this like sixth power spiritual sense. And I think
It's
people,
true.
I don't know, even online, I think people can just like, there's just like
Totally.
light givers, and then people that, so going back to Chrissy earlier, like, let's not pretend when we're working through the hard. What I always remember is you don't need to spew everything in your life. And if you want to, amazing. I'm not saying you don't need to feel like you need to share everything, because there's certain things in my life I've never shared on social media because it's very unique to Jay and I. The fact he has cystic fibrosis, not many people know that. The fact that my husband struggles with a chronic illness, not many people know that, because he's asked me, please don't talk about that. So why would I go talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. And so just sharing your truth in an authentic way brings so much light into your life. You don't have to be nervous about sharing it, because it's just your truth. And then the people that need to hear that are going to be the people that are your tribe, right? Yeah. So like the people that need to hear that, there's so many people that needed to hear Chrissy's story. And there's so many people that need to hear, you know, Mandy's story with her daughter growing up, and now she's all of a sudden empty nester. Like, what does she do with her life? Next year, my story is all 3 of my kids are in school. I thought about that today, and I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. Like, I have no idea. Besides,
girl, you will find stuff.
You know what I mean?
Trust me.
You know what I mean? So, energy giver, be an energy giver. Be truthful. Be honest. Be real. Be you. Always love your voice, my friend. And I do want to give a shout out to you, because Christina knows me so well that when she knows that like I'm not like, she'll send me these like voice messages, and just hearing her freaking accent, I'm like, there's my girl, there's my girl. So thank you. I appreciate you. You are always one. You always are in my corner, babes. And you always are sending me messages, letting me know me, and I don't know what I'd do without you sometimes. So thank you.
Thanks, babes. And ladies, have a good rest of your day, because I have to head off. But it's so good to see all of your faces. I love you guys, and hopefully I can meet next week too.
What is your thing on Instagram? How come you're not coming up,
Christina? Oh, geez, I'm Christina's Wholehearted Living.
That not holistic anymore.
No, it's Wholehearted.
Oh, Wholehearted Living.
Sorry, I forgot to put that in the comments.
No, that's okay. I just want to. Can you type it out? It's not coming up.
Yeah, I'll put it out. Yep.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, Christina.
Love you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Who else? Erica. Can you talk? You can't talk. Erica can't talk because her boss is here. Can you talk? Oh, I just like cut you off. You can't talk. Erica's gonna go to the bathroom and have this call. She's gonna go poop with us. Okay. Because you too can sit with us. Oh my gosh. See, if you're on the call for the first time, we're just a bunch of normal people. Just go to the bathroom and poop together.
I'm not going to the bathroom.
Oh, I'm just joking, Erica. Okay. Are you here, Erica? Oh gosh, she froze. Are you here? Oh my gosh, she froze.
Yeah.
Are you there? Okay, you're here. We can hear you. Perfect. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I was moving.
That's okay.
My biggest struggle is probably the personal development. So, and mindset, like you said, everybody's kind of in a funk, and I'm most definitely in a funk. My husband's been gone pretty much solid for the last 3 weeks, and he's going to come home tonight. He'll be here, I think, through Monday, and then he has to leave again for God knows how long, because they're doing an install down in Oklahoma. So, yay for being a single parent again. So that's fun.
Oh, I've been doing that for 12 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I mean, it's not like it's something that can't be done. You just adapt and you do it. But like, one of our biggest things is, he calls me a catastrophizer, which I totally get. You know, I freak out and I over analyze things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, but what if this happens and this and this and this and this and this? And, you know, so that's one of the things that I think I struggle with is, you know, Mike's always like, you have to stop thinking about the past and quit agonizing over it. So,
live in the present.
Right. Yeah.
It's just something I've had to work on too. I get that, Erica. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like, I mean, there's things in my past that I either need to learn how to let go or work through it. So, so yeah. And unfortunately, you know, it like colors everything, you know, like I can't get over my first marriage. I can't not get over it, but I can't, you know, move on and forget about it because I have a 12-year-old daughter who I get to see every day, and she's a constant reminder. And, you know, every once in a while she brings up this thing where she's like, I want to go live with my dad, but I'm like, no, you know, the reason you're here is because he raped me and drugged me down the hall multiple times. You know, I mean, it's just like, I'm not going to put you in that situation because he's not a good person and he's not going to take care of your needs. He just doesn't want to pay child support. You know, it's like, I'm, you know, so it's just one of those things where it's like my mood is funky and.
Have you ever gone to counseling?
I have every once in a while, and I actually have a meeting with a counselor this afternoon.
God bless your heart. That's important to do. I've gone to many years of counseling because my dad was a drug addict, and so having an addicted dad, like I swear by counseling for every person, whether you're like the healthiest person ever, it's awesome. So I'm so proud of you, Erica. That's a huge step. Yeah. Yeah.
So well, I mean, it's just like I said, I either am not moving on from it, and it's coloring every decision and how I react to everything. So, yeah, and
well,
you know, like you said, no matter how positive you are on the out,
Erica, you're cutting out a little bit. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, say that again. No matter what.
I said, no matter how positive you try to be on the outside, you know, if you've got crap on the inside, it's going to show through. So
right, I think counseling is great. I think working on getting a personal development book, maybe about bad things happening to good people, about like how you are enough and like those type of things. However, I can't even begin to imagine experiencing what you experience, and so I am definitely not a professional on that. I do know that there are people that go through horrendous things in their life and are absolutely incredible, amazing, and they use it and they flip it instead of using it as, and I don't even want to like act like I'm preaching to you, but
a crutch or
using it as a victim. You use it as a victor. You use it to spread the love and share with so many people what's going on in your life. And I don't know if you're at that point, but like maybe the reason that it's been so hard for you is because you don't talk about it. It's because you don't want people to know about it, or you don't. And I'm not saying you need to go spread it with the world and share it with everyone, but maybe the reason that it's hard for you is because you're keeping it a gremlin. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But we love you, and thank you for sharing that with us. So PD, okay? And invite to the opportunity, because this is a gift and you get a community like this. That is what I'm focusing on right now. Like I am focusing on, the workouts are amazing.
My phone's being silly.
Yeah, the nutrition is incredible. But like the workout, like the accountability, you can't get that anywhere else.
Right.
Right. Cool. Okay, thanks for hopping on, Erica. Every Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay.
I have an alert.
Okay. Anyone else want to chat? Chrissy, do you want to chat? Sabrina? Okay.
I will.
I'm going to switch to my phone and walk around and get I'm going to put myself on mute, but I'm listening. I have to get Makani and us into the car, okay?
Okay.
So.
Hi, everyone. So my mindset this week in the sharing of the post after starting this book has improved. I can't even tell you. I had been out. I wasn't doing anything business-wise. I wasn't doing anything nutrition-wise. I had just kind of stopped for a few. And I got the ultimate portion fix, and then we got the books, and I don't know, something just kind of clicked inside of me. God kind of just took me and moved everything where it needed to be for me to finally understand where I came from and what I'm doing moving forward. So I feel like I found my purpose this week. Started following up with some people, good conversations going. It's just a matter of timing at this point. So I'm really positive moving forward that this is where I'm supposed to be. And that's it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I need you to remember how you feel right now. Stay in this headspace. Keep your game strong. Know that you're planting seeds. It's all about seeds. And that look at how much this is changing your life. Why can't you help change other people's life? Okay.
Absolutely.
It does not matter where you are in your journey. It does not matter how far you have to go. It does not matter whether you are just starting or in this 7 freaking years. What matters most is that you believe that you have a gift to offer people, that your story matters, and that if you continue to share that with others, you can change a lot of freaking lives. So remember that, Chrissy. You are a gift to people. God has put you on this team and in this world for a reason, and I'm so damn proud of you. Damn proud.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go next, but I'll be quick because I know there's 2 others who need to go. In terms of mindset, I have been just on like 100. I know that's not a number, but the reason I say that is because even in kind of the turmoil, and I know I've been talking a couple of weeks now about just in this new phase as far as my relationship goes with my boyfriend, the thing that is ironic about it is this feeling of knowing that everything's going to get better, this feeling of being empowered and knowing that we don't have to settle for what's happening in the relationship and that we have the power to change it. And having him on board this week was really helpful. Ironic that we were talking about kind of your feelings coming through in your messaging because I opted not to do invite side of my business on Monday. I took it as a personal day because I was like, I can't say anything nice. It was a really emotionally just kind of low and rough for me in that regard. And I just embraced and did the PD part and connect with you guys and connected with our challenge group. And so it was really awesome to have that and then to kind of shine a little bit of light on Wednesday as we came out of the darkness and being able to, as we get better and if he feels comfortable, maybe talk about it a little bit more. And as we get through a little bit about, well, what did we do and how this community helped. So I've been journaling so that I have those stories to go back to when we're ready. I don't think right now, while it's so fresh, it's the best time. So I've been really excited about that. And I'm reading Girl Stop Apologizing and reading 100 Days to Brave at the same time while listening. And so just sharing that with my followers and trying to create almost like a pseudo community online, so to speak, on my social, and just seeing if that helps. The other thing, as far as business building activities, I give myself an 8. I'm doing a good job on building relationships and being genuine. I'm doing a good job on sharing. In fact, I had a share card go out today for a UPF Challenge Pack. I have a customer, well, a prospect I'm talking to about the coaching opportunity, which I just went straight out of the gate with it. She saw some of my Super Saturday posts, Super Weekend posts, and she was like, how do I get—
Honey, where are you at?
And it kind of just took me aback, and usually I would shy away from that and baby step it, but I was like, we're going right in. What do you need help with? Why are you interested in this? Let's do it. And so that was really cool. So I would love to have the coaching simplified as well, because one thing I want to do is get better at just really breaking it down to the simplest things. And then I've been practicing and working on leadership so that I feel more confident. And I think that's showing, Kiana, because I've been helping with Mandy's team. We kept our Team Cup page open. So I've been helping Mandy and I both just leading our newer coaches and showing them really just what we do. And I didn't realize, I don't think I thought about how simple it is. I always thought you had to be like, oh, I don't know how to be a manager. I've never done. And like just realizing in the doing that what I do know from just taking my own steps is helpful. So I appreciate people like Ivy and Destiny for being like, oh, that's really helpful, and just sharing that open feedback. But where I need to strengthen is this week I was so busy moving through my work that while I checked them off on the BAT, I only have screenshots of all the names I've talked. I want to make sure I get them into my computer system, into my Teamsy, so that I can go back and do follow up. And then I have about 50 names from relationships in Warm Market that I started a couple of weeks ago, last week and the week before, and I need to make sure that I circle back, and I feel like I've kind of dropped the ball a little bit, but I know that it makes a difference because I had someone who I circled back to who told me no, and she ghosted me, and then she told me no when I followed back, because I followed back to just drop like some love on her. It was like, hey, here's the meal plan that I gave to my girls in the Busy Chick Fit camp. I know you said you have a time problem, so I want to help you. And she was like, thank you so much for being genuinely interested in me. I'm not ready to commit to a program, but I appreciate that you actually care about me. And that was really big for me, because normally I take getting ghosted very personally. So I know my PD is really working. And I asked her, I took it even a step further and be like, hey, if I have other stuff to share with you, are you down for me to send it every now and then, even though you're not ready to commit? Because I'm just about helping people. That's what my page is for, is serving. So I'll see what she says this afternoon. Who's going to say no to help, but we'll see. So I'm feeling really good.
Question for you, Sabrina. When you do Teamsy, does it work well with Instagram?
Yeah, there's a space to put the Instagram handles, but what's cool about it is it forces me to learn people's names. So I put their real name in the thing instead of me having to @ them, and then I put their @ in the Instagram space.
Do you like that better than the BAT tracker follow-up on that backside?
Oh, because my BAT is electronic, I don't have the backside.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I like Teamsy because I can schedule them, and then there's a dashboard where it shows you have 50 follow-ups, or you have 10 follow-ups, so I can easily see it. And then all the conversations for that person is in the one space. And anything important, whenever they drop like notes about their goals, I put it in the notes section there, so I can always see who needs help with what. And then you can group them by like who said no for what reason, so you can easily go back. So I love Teamsy.
Okay, I need to look at it again. Try it again. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, we could talk about that in our team.
Sabrina, I could totally feel feel the vibe. So like I've always told you this. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You have you're a magnetic personality. So what for you and for most everyone on this call, what I'm relating to is like, once our mindset is there, like, then we just need to do the work. We just need to do the invites. We just need to have the confidence to be like, listen, I can offer you whatever you need to do. You get me. And as a coach, I want you to remember this. You can give them everything they need to succeed, but it's their choice to take it. So as long as we have very simplified systems and things that are going to be there, you could sign 10 coaches and maybe 8 of them don't take the next step. And that's okay, because you helped change their life. You had a positive community, but don't put it upon yourself and blame yourself for being like, I signed this coach and they didn't do anything and they didn't do anything, because your issue is just a matter of numbers. You haven't signed that many coaches. And maybe you haven't found the right kind of people that want your thing, like whatever your vibe is. And so I'm going pee, by the way, just to let you all know. Just remember that. I want you to focus on that and just know that we as a team have everything we need to succeed. I'm peeing and you might hear the pee. So I'm just letting you know. And don't tell yourself that you don't. Don't tell yourself that you don't know how to train someone, because we have everything, right? I'm just saying, I think these are doubts that we have, and these are like, well, if I had just a better training system, or if I had this, because I am creating in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you will have a Google document that has everything you need to be like, all right, this is bomb, okay? I am also creating, that will be up on Monday. Did anyone listen to the National Wake Up Call this week? Okay, so do you know how she talked about how she has like a prep group for her team? Like she has like a prep group. So I'm creating for our entire downline, anyone that wants to use it, anyone that's on this call, a Prepping to Success group, which is in units, which is like basically get them in the group to help them get prepared for whenever your challenge group starts. I have everything there. I have 7 to 10 super easy posts. I'm super stoked about it. That will be going up on Monday. And I'll share that link and do a whole video about that for the team. So that's gonna be awesome, because we have no excuses. Now I'm helping you prep, so let's move forward, right?
Yeah.
Awesome, Sabrina. I'll be praying for you and your hubby. Well, your future hubby. Okay. Okay. Elizabeth, you were working out. I don't know if you want to talk. And then there was one other girl on here. Was it Destiny? Is that Destiny? Does Destiny want to talk?
I can, yeah. Hi.
Hi, girl. It is your first time on the call. What do you think?
It is. I love it. I love all the information. I actually been messaging Mandy like crazy, like what do I do? What do I say? So this is helpful. And if you post those things like with the pictures, just like what to say, what to do, I'll benefit from that really. But my mindset is at like a 7-8. Usually it's a little lower, but I like really enjoying like working out and like reaching out to the community, I guess. I've had a lot of girls like message me back, and so I've signed up one for a challenge pack, and then I have another one I'm signing up next Monday. So that's exciting. Yes. And
Super exciting. That's huge. Your first challenge pack style and your second one. Awesome. Congrats.
thank you. But other than that, I think the thing I'm struggling with the most is kind of just like what to say when it comes to that, because I don't want to be fake. Like I really want to like help them and like be genuine, but sometimes it's like they're like, okay, well, like what do I pay or whatever. So it's been nice to have people that are like, help me, like I need this, you know.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a live power hour, and I'm going to do the power hour. I'm actually thinking, because I'm going to show you that you can build this business anywhere. I'm going to get up tomorrow at 6 a.m. and do a live Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to do it right in the team page, Team Empowered. And I'm going to show you, just kind of walk through, like, what do you do when people say this? What do you do when people respond to this? Like how I'm going to leave my thing on. And so I think a lot of people struggle with that, is like what to say in different parts of the conversation, like how I break down conversations, how I get their questions answered, what happens when the cost objective comes up. And so would that be helpful?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be doing that. I just called myself out like early in the morning tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing it at my sister's house, 3 hours away. I'm trying to find the keys, guys. Don't think I'm a crazy person, but I'm trying to find them. And that, hopefully that will give you some ideas.
I love that. Yeah. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I really can like build it, but I just like, I guess I like need help.
We all need help, girl.
Amen. Amen. But other than that, it's been a good week. So I'm excited to see what else I can do. I'm trying to get, I think Mandy said it's 3 to get the emerald.
Two.
I'll have
you
two
plus
by next
you
week.
plus two. You plus
just
two.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, then next Monday, I'll be emerald, hopefully.
Oh, yes, you are. Girl, you're getting it. You're awesome. That's
Yay.
exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, you plus 2. That's awesome. I can't wait to celebrate you.
Good, good. Thank you so much. That's all I have to share, though. I don't know what else to say.
You did perfect. Elizabeth, do you want to share before we go?
Sorry, I had a new customer like phone in that she had gotten her new Shakeology in the mail. Anyways, my mindset is actually declining. I have been really vigilant on listening to my podcast every single morning, like before anything, and I've kind of let that slip, and that's really affecting me. And I'm just gonna say this and put it out here too. I'm really struggling with my oldest daughter. She's 8. She has some sensory issues, and it's really, I'm just really struggling. So anyways, business wise, I feel like I'm getting stronger than I ever have been. It's okay, Rocky. I've been using a business activity tracker, and that's been such a game changer. I love having it spiral bound. And if I can't write, I'm sorry about the dog. And if I can't write everybody's names down, I get to it. Rocky, come on, buddy. Come on, Rocky. That's our neighbors. I'm dog sitting. So that's been great that I'm really tracking people. I have some really solid conversations with some people that are super interested in both coaching and in health and wellness. And I feel like I can finally like make a solid presentation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm not salesy, but I'm able to say, this is what I do. This is how this works. Do you like it? If not, I have other options. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm getting better at the presentation. And for me, that was something I really asked was don't make it going really well. Yeah. I'll send you something.
Send me something so I can give you a
And
shout
then
out, babe,
I
please.
tried to do ultimate portion fix, but honestly, the containers trigger my eating problems that I have.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to 2B. I tried it. It's just not for me right now.
I love it. I love that you know that though, because there's other coaches that say that same thing. There's other coaches that are like, it's okay. And I think that you own that, and that's good.
Yeah. And then my last thing is I'm really struggling on time management. And I don't know how you did it, Kiana, because with an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 7-month-old, I can't get everything done. Like it's impossible. Like on the days that I do my reach outs and my invites and follow-ups, I'm not doing like a social media post. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm just kind of just trying to trade off evenly and just,
So
I want to know that
I think for me, I'm so sorry. You're delayed, so I hope it doesn't. It seems like I'm cutting you off. I'm so sorry. You're like going One of the things that was a game changer for me was no matter what, making sure if I had any time, what do you think I did? What would you do if you only had 10 minutes a day?
Invite.
Thank you. So if you can't get a post up for that day, you do not beat yourself up. And I used to think it was the opposite. Like I used to think,
right.
Oh, I have to get my post up. I have to get it up. But you have already created a presence online. You have already showed up. You have already earned that title of know, like, and trust. And so you have got to be having these conversations because 99% of the yeses and the not right now and the not right nows and the maybes are going to be from the behind the scene conversation, right?
Right. So that's what I'm trying to get stronger at because I feel like
that's one thing.
Once I can get that, I'll be better.
So I feel like we can help each other as a community in the group as like, guys, like let's 10 minutes invite together. Like I'm inviting for 10 minutes, timer sets now, ready, go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially having small kids.
Just like hop into there and be like, keep me accountable, invite them. So for me, if you like tagged me and was like, Kiana, did you get your invites? I'd be like, I did.
Girl, you're breaking up. You're all like breaking up.
This is what you look like.
No.
No.
She can't. It's not working.
Gotta get them in. So I feel like that's huge and use the XP in that group as that. That's one thing. Number two,
back up, please. You're in my space.
That's what she looks like. It's worse. Mom,
I need what?
So,
know that you're amazing and know that. Hello.
I'm here. You're breaking up. Go out.
Are you there?
I'm here.
I can hear, but I am going to be cutting out because I'm going through the hills. So I want you to keep talking.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry. I feel bad.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm making everyone like. So I want to hear. One of the things is what PD are you doing? Because you were doing that. You said you were doing the morning podcast. Like,
yeah, I was doing Life School Coach podcast with Brooke Castillo. Like she's like free therapy. Like I would listen to her every morning. Like don't check social media. Don't go on your phone. Don't make any phone calls. Don't play music. Like I go right to it when I wake up. And I've gotten out of that habit. And I've got to just remember that I need to do that. So. But
okay.
Can you stop?
I need to ask you a question.
I'm on the phone right now. You're gonna have to give me a few minutes.
Can I just?
All right.
Let me take me one. So can I tell you what she? I want to start.
Oh my gosh! No way. Hello.
Kiana's talking to me.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Talking to you though too.
Anyone?
All right.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Are you there? Anyone?
Yeah.
Can you hear me or no?
It's breaking up.
Okay, if you need to go, Elizabeth, no worries. I get it. No, I get it. Is it breaking up still?
It's been in and out.
Oh my God. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Because I'm down from the hills. It should be better now. Is it good right now or no?
Yeah, it's a little bit of like robotic movement, but I can hear you well.
Oh, okay. So one thing I want to ask you. I know you got your PD for your business, which is great, and you're doing the authentic conversations and you're making that happen because that's how we grow our business. But I want you to, number one, get a PD that has to do with something that you're dealing with your daughter, because I think it's going to be helpful. Some type of whatever you're going to do, like just like a parenting thing that will make you feel like you're not alone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've looked at some podcasts. I just haven't actually like started listening to them. So if anybody has any suggestions.
Yeah, because if that's like a big part of your life if that's a big part of your life and a struggle, I definitely want you to focus on that. Does that make sense? Like work through that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing, on the National Wake Up Call, the last thing, and I'll let you guys go, she said this quote, and it like blew my mind. And if you have not listened to the National Wake Up Call, you guys, one of the best National Wake Up Calls I have ever listened to in 5 years. And I know a lot of times you could say that, but I'm serious. Like, she is a full-time worker outside. Like, she works, she's a lawyer. She does Beachbody on the side, 25 hours a week, 5-time elite coach, like knows her ish and has systems in place and basic stuff in place. But the one thing that she said is she is not like the old, like this model where a lot of MLMs and multi-level marketing preach, which is, you need to find your big hitters and you need to have 3 or 4 huge coaches underneath you and you need to help them grow. And it's all about a few people doing a lot. She actually said she does a flip model, which is if everyone does a little, that grows your team. And so, or at least a little. I want you to start thinking about what can you do to help your coaches make their first successful point. What can you do to help your coaches help that first customer? Because, now they're in Success Club. But what can you do to help your coaches get that small win? Because when they get that small win, that's when they stick around. So that's what I want you to focus on is that get your small wins, help your coaches get their small wins, whether that's some results, whether that's, with their mindset start to shift, whether that's gaining confidence like Chrissy. Help your coaches get that small win and then focus on that and then capitalize on that. Does that make sense? I hope people heard me because I don't even know if people are hearing me now. Hello? Anyone? Hello?
We can hear you, Kiana.
Okay, good, because I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I love you. I will have this recording put into our BAT, but I'm not giving people recordings if you don't show up onto the call unless you give me something back, like why you're awesome, 5 things why you're awesome, and 5 things you love about yourself. And okay, go send 3 invites, and then I'll give you the breaking call. Or, what did you learn from your personal development today? Because this is a community. When I give something to you, you give back to me, right? And I feel like that's what we do as a community. And I'm here to help you live your best life, and I'm here to help you grow and show up in your life and reach your freaking potential. That is what I'm here to do. I love you guys. Have an awesome weekend. I will see you next Friday right here. And yes, I'm doing this on vacation from Palm Springs because I can work my business anywhere from the pool with a drink in here. I love you guys. Talk to you later.
Okay, thank you, Kiana.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
in meeting.